Volleyball is a team sport in which two teams of 6 players are separated by net. Each team tries to score points by grounding a ball on the other team's court under organized rules. It has been a part of the official program of the Summer Olympic Games since 1964. Made by William Morgan on February 9, 1895 in Holyoke, Massachusetts, in the United States of America. William Morgan, a YMCA physical educator director, created Mentonet as a pastime to play, preferably indoors and by any number of players. The game took characteristics from tennis and handball. Mentonet was designed to be an indoor sport, less rough than basketball, for older members of the YMCA while still requiring a bit of athletic effort. At the Springfield College in Massachusetts, he had befriended James Naismith, who in 1891 had himself invented basketball. After graduating, Morgan went on to become director of physical education at the Young Men's Christian Association in Holyoke, Massachusetts, and it was there that he devised his new sport, which was designed to be a combination of basketball, baseball, and tennis, and handball. The first rule are, for the net must be 6 feet by 6 inches or 1.98 meter high, and for the court must be 25 feet by 50 feet or 7.6 meter by 15.2 meter, and any number of players. For the match, must be composed of 9 innings with 3 serves for each team in inning. There was no limit to the number of ball contacts for each team before sending the ball to the opponent's court. In case of serving error, a second try was allowed. Hitting the ball into the net was considered as a foul, with loss of point or a side out, except in the case of a first try serve. In 1895, William Morgan blended elements of basketball, baseball, tennis, and handball to create a game for his classes of businessmen which would demand less physical contact than basketball. During a demonstration game, someone remarked to Morgan that the players seemed to volleying the ball back and forth over the net, and perhaps they called it as a volleyball, would be more descriptive name for the sport. In 1896, Alfred Halstead noticed that volleying nature of the game. The game was played at the International YMCA training school, now Springfield College. The game quickly known as volleyball. Following years, YMCA International developed a new rules of the game. Net was raised to 1.5 feet. Multiple hits by one player was not allowed, and the game was set to 21 points. In 1912, modern version of the rules were introduced. The rule on the rotation of players before serving. The dimension of the court and the ball were standardized. In 1916, Young Men's Christian Association, YMCA, and the Nation Collegiate Athletic Association, NCAA, published the rules of the game and made additional changes. The height of the net was set to 8 feet. Game scored to 15 points. Match set was to the best winning game. 4 years later, the rule on limiting the number of hits per side to 3 were established, and the ball must be played only from above the waist. In 1917, incumbent president of the International Volleyball Federation was established. First Pan-Asian Game and participated by Philippines and China. In 1927, Far Eastern Games rule were adopted in the Philippines until 1965. There were 9 players on one side, 21 points to a set. Player was given an extra serve if he missed the first one. Court were 21 meter by 11 meter. During the World War II, America introduced volleyball to Europe as recreational activity. YMCA program was also instrumental in bringing volleyball to many parts of the world. Europe created the European style, which was attack-oriented and perfected execution of the skills. Europe then dominated in international competition, wins several titles in both men and women. In 1917, IVBF was founded by Paul Libod as the first president. Under his term for 37 years, leaps and bound was improved. Japanese developed their quick attack combination and defense. Cuban known for great jumping ability. When volleyball was introduced in the Philippines, a Filipino started spiking. Dr. Ruben Acosta acknowledged this in his opening speech in 1995 in the World Volleyball Grand Prix held in Manila, Philippines. In 2008, NCAA changed the minimum number of points needed to win in any of the first 4 sets from 30 to 25 for women's volleyball. Men's volleyball remained at 30. If a fifth deciding set is reached, the minimum required score remains at 15. In addition, the word game is now referred to as a set.